content into the game. That's so true. That's so true.
I hate character customization. I end up spending 10 hours in character customization, and I don't have any time left to play the game, Sag.
Oh, God. Azrael, thank you so much for the 38 months. Thank you. So let's go.
5 hairstyles for men. So Dragon Age, apparently this has been a very controversial thing online. And so they introduced their character creator to combat. Here we go.
Our cocks are back.
I thought she said our cocks are back. What did she say?
Our gods are back.
I still don't know
Our
what
gods.
she said.
How do we stand against that?
After 10 years, we're now just a little over a month away from...
Oh, our gods. Our gods. Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought it was like, I don't know, maybe they had like an intactivist like side quest where like if you pray hard enough, you get your foreskin back, and they're like, oh my god, it's back. I don't know. You never know with woke game devs what they'll put in.
Playing Dragon Age the Veilguard. I played a hefty...
I actually didn't realize that it was coming out in over a month. So we're going to be playing this... Oh my god. Wow.
Sorry. You didn't say anything funny.
We're not playing? Oh, I'm playing this game 100%. Absolutely, I'm playing. Do you really think I would miss an opportunity to play a game like this? Are you insane?
7 hours of...
I don't understand. I don't know. What was the message behind that? Was it like, of course I would play a woke game, or like I love woke games, or like I want to shit on the game, or like I like BioWare, or I like Dragon Age? I don't know. I have no idea.
BioWare's first original game since Anthem in 2019, and...
Anthem. How's Anthem doing? Did they take it off Steam? Never was on Steam? Oh, okay.
Dude, I hope he never stops making content. I know it's like bad, and it's definitely making people right-wing, and you know, he should be very like, he's very irresponsible with his platform, and he's just like algo chasing and everything, and it's bad. But like, I love his content so much. It's so funny. It's just the most neutral comments are just hilarious. It was never on Steam. Oh, okay. It's just very, there's something about it that just brings joy in my heart. Sparks the mold.
I'm sure there's a lot of people playing it then.
Fourth mainline installment in the Dragon Age series, starting with the prologue and later loaded into several different saves. As a longtime fan, what I'll say is 10 years is a very long time, but so far...
Has it really been a decade since Inquisition? Oh, shit, it has. Oh my god. Oh, man. Okay. So my understanding, I could be mistaken, but my understanding was that the Dragon Age devs were originally going to make something into Winter, and they were going to bring back Eggman and everything. And then the higher-ups at EA basically told them, fuck you guys, start over from scratch, we don't want this. So I've been kind of stressed that it's not going to be good because they've had to scrap the game at least once, which means there's less time to actually work on the game. Eggman equals Solus, yeah. And yes, I pronounce his name Solus on purpose, okay?
What I'll say is 10 years...
What was I supposed to take away from that, this slow-mo of this animation?
But so far, the Veilguard...
What was I supposed to take away? I don't understand.
hasn't disappointed.
It hasn't disappointed. That's right.
I've never seen this before. There's something kind of exciting about it.
Now, I could talk to you about the combat,
Yeah?
and I will, or the gorgeous locales, that's coming too, or the way
Straight up, I don't give a shit if a game is like has gorgeous environments anymore, because like every
Dennis
AAA
German
game has
leftists
it.
are breaking my head. Send help.
Oh no. Frida, thank you for the 15 months.
it felt, or
I'm
the
sorry,
gorgeous
guys.
locales.
Am I the only person that looks at this and I think that this is below standard? Like your average Unreal slop Souls-like rug pull NFT game has better graphics than this.
I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. But yes, they can't be Baldur's Gate. Okay?
That's coming too, or the way it felt to see Varric and Solus again.
Hey, Chuckles. Hope I'm not interrupting.
Or I could.
I don't even remember, because it's been a decade, I don't even remember anything about the characters. I'm not gonna lie, I miss the old style of the Dragon Age games. I'm not a huge, this is a personal preference, I'm not a huge fan of like the more Fortnite-esque characters. But like, I'm open to changing my mind. You never know if a game is going to be good until you play it yourself. And then you're like, yeah, that was pretty fun, or no, that was pretty bad.
Skip straight to the character creator and start with,
All right, let's see it.
there's so much hair. Look, I loved Dragon Age Inquisition.
No, I don't want to see this fucking shit.
How dare you show people who aren't balding like me?
Because every single time that they have a bunch of hairstyles, it's like 5 hairstyles for men and 55 hairstyles for women.
Yeah, it's imitating real life. Art imitates life, okay? I'm sorry that most men are pretty boring with their hairstyles, okay? But like, how often do you see a guy with interesting hair? All right, you guys have your 5 allocated hairstyles. Women have their 50 allocated hairstyles. The game is just copying real life, bro. It's giving you the realism you want.
There's bald, short, fade, long hair, balding. That's basically it.
Just like real life, dude. Come on.
Dreadlocks. Yeah, usually they have one for dreadlocks, right? For like guys that are black, right? Sure. Yeah, definitely. Maybe a couple of those.
Excuse you. It's not only for guys that are black, okay? It's also for white people who have no idea how to style their hair, okay?
That's it.
But fans have long acknowledged
Jesus.
the limitations of its character creator. The Veilguard blew
Okay,
me
see,
away.
wait, you got the emo
Acknowledged
haircut?
The limitations of its character creator.
Guys, let's just be real for 2 seconds. Nexus mods. Okay, the girly pops are making all of the visuals. Okay? Let's just be real.
Oh, that's okay.
God, why did they make the original character so sweaty?
No, it's not really an emo haircut. Never mind. I was wrong.
Character creator.
No.
The Veilguard
yeah, it
blew
is.
me away in that regard.
Yeah, the last
After
one was.
the lackluster options of the last entry, it's wild to see what we've got to look forward to.
Yeah.
30 hair options for Kunari and 88 for non-Kunari, complete with gorgeous physics
All
as Rook
girl hair
scurries
color.
around
All girl
Northern
hair
Thetis.
options.
So
He's so oppressed, dude. He's like, dude, male gamers have it hard.
many different hair textures are represented, whether you'd like totally straight hair.
I gotta tell you guys, like, I've been very negative about this game, but I've got to give it to them. I think the hair particles and the hair physics are really impressive. It's some of the best I've ever seen in a game. I've got to give it to them. I think they did a really good job with it.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
2B waves.
That's
or
really, really good.
4C curls. In making my character, I was drawn immediately to a long braid that whipped around as quickly as I did.
That shit was not whipping. I'm so sorry to be a hater. That shit was hard as a rock. I'm sorry. I know she's trying her best and she's just reading off the script, but that shit was stiff, bro.
Whipped around as quickly as I did. Kunari horns also see a massive improvement.
Yeah.
With 49 unique styles, options range from large and imposing to decorative or even asymmetrical.
Okay.
That said, yes, their foreheads can look pretty jarring. I think
this looks fucking garbage. Like, their foreheads are too big. They look like...
He's so stupid. It's not aesthetically pleasing to me, so it looks bad. I know it's supposed to be some other race that isn't human, but it looks like shit and it doesn't give me a boner. Did they try following Mass Effect? The blue ladies are really sexy.
Scuffed Klingons. Yeah, I don't like it.
As a Kunari mage during most of my preview, and will say I got used to the look pretty quickly. Dragon Age the Veilguard
It does look so silly, though. It looks really silly. They did need to workshop it, though, just a little bit more.
only marks the second game of the series where you can play as a Kunari. So the odd imbalance of forehead.
TBQH, though, I would play a Kunari just because I think it looks very funny. I would want to RP as like Cinna. So I would do that. That looks like it'd be fun.
Versus face feels like stylistic growing pains. I remain curious about whether more time with the character creator.
Can you make her boobs bigger?
Pains. I remain
Body proportions. Go to
curious
that.
about whether more time with the character creator might help. The air shock of Dragon Age 2 is, in my opinion, such a beautifully crafted model. And I would love to be able to create a Kunari Rook that...
I'm sorry, but this just looks so much cooler.
What? This looks cooler.
I think this looks way cooler.
Feels as memorable. Customization certainly doesn't stop at hair or horns, of course. Every aspect of your...
How much of this trailer... I guess like some people really do love the character creator, though. I don't really... I feel very neutrally about character creators. I used to spend too much time in character creators and I got tired of spending too much time. And so now I just spend like... I put a timer, 5 minutes, no matter what. Whatever I have at the end of 5 minutes, that's what I'm playing as.
Your Rook is editable, even allowing for facial asymmetry if you choose. Sliders allow you to change everything from head shape to the melanin in your skin to the presence of vitiligo.
Why she got Tetris on her face?
I think he's talking about the tattoos.
Like... Yeah, what the fuck?
Go. Perhaps
every time I hear that word,
bad timing though.
I can only think Uncle Ruckus with revitiligo. I'm gonna be honest. I cannot hear that word without thinking of the Boondocks. I got revitiligo. Good one. Yeah, it was so good.
My favorite addition,
however, the only bad thing about the Boondocks, white people were allowed to watch that shit. This is a joke for Twitch's purposes. That is a joke. But like people with very little class consciousness and very little media literacy watching that and being like, oh, see, being racist is so funny. And you're like, not quite. Wait a minute. Hold up. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up.
However, is the introduction of body diversity. Cyberpunk 2077 and Baldur's Gate 3 had whiffs of this, but nowhere near what you're capable of in the Veilguard.
Yeah.
Which is much more similar to the breadth of the character creator in Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yeah, it was really good. You should be able to make fat characters.
I thought we didn't want people to make fat characters. What? Oh, I'm so happy to hear that, Pathogen.
The 4 races.
Oh, he's being sarcastic? Okay, we don't want fat characters. You don't want to be able to make fat characters. That was sarcasm. Sorry. It was so dryly delivered, I didn't get it.
There are plenty of presets to choose from. all with varying heights and
Okay, so chest. Okay, so you can make their boobs bigger. Because see, it
Oh,
even
thank
has
God.
her, that's
Thank God we've been saved, guys. We've been saved. They unwoked it.
the ass slider, the dick slider. Okay, this is pretty decent. All right. No, I like that. You having a dick slider. A lot of people don't have that.
I do agree. Penis slider is very important.
muscle or fat distribution. Once you've chosen your preset, however, you can build further upon those elements as much as you'd like.
Yeah, sure.
First is a triangulation of coordinates, allowing
I love these videos because it feels like Asmon is like talking to the person making the video. It feels like listening to your dad respond to like the CNN anchor. No, they don't think that. Oh my God. It's amazing. I love it so much.
for many unique
Okay,
combinations
Grandpa,
of
Yeah,
body
body
back
it's
to bed.
muscular, skinny, and fat. And you figure out where you are in the little triangle. I get it.
types that are thinner,
Why did that read like, oh, the triangle shape goes in the triangle hole? I get it. And the circle, it goes in the circle hole? Oh, okay, I get it. So you want me to put them all in the square hole, though?
larger, or more
I
muscular.
get it.
Yeah.
Height sliders are fun, especially when it means watching my particularly short elf ruin years of Solus's ritual planning by pushing over a statue.
She's not even that short.
The options feel
What?
almost endless. There's even a glute slider. And yes, I gave my rug
No.
I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty. This is what are we back in early 2000s? Heroin chic. When the largest your ass was allowed to be was like 1 pound of ass maximum. Not per cheek even. This dumping is not dumping.
It could
Trump's dumper is crazier than this.
have been way bigger than that. Yeah, it should be way that should be, guys, that should be 20%. That's it. That's like nothing, bro. Like,
He's right, I fear. I'm telling you, dude, the mold roller coaster, it goes up and it goes down sometimes. It's going up right now. So it's about to go down.
oh my God. At least it's I guess. Well, what about, are they going to show the dick slider? Let's see what we got with that.
one hell of an ass. All
No.
of this is only
Yeah,
scratching
right. Like, apparently this girl doesn't spend 4 hours like I do on Instagram every day. No, it's not.
Who is that for? Who is that comment for? Oh my God, dude.
the surface. I haven't even gotten into facial hair, makeup, scars, or tattoos.
Yeah.
As an elf, my rook sported some Vaseline, but there are so
Some
many
Vaseline?
different designs for both the face and the body to experiment with. While I didn't spend very much time exploring customization for the Inquisitor, I just know we'll all get the chance to make them in the way we've always imagined.
It's good to see you again.
The people making this should do the same thing that Dragon's Dogma 2 did, where they introduced the character creator before the game came out. That was a really good thing that Dragon's Dogma 2 did, and it was really smart. And I think they should do the same thing.
So it may be a relief to some of you to know that Veilguard abandons the awful green lighting of Inquisition's character creator and instead
You can change
allows
it?
you
Yeah.
to cycle through
These faces are so funny. I expect them to start speaking Simish or Simlish or whatever. This does not fit the theme of like a Dragon Age at all. Wait, hold up. Tell me. Sorry, just a taste, just a little taste. Beautiful Squidward vibes, yeah.
several lighting options in service of creating rooks that look just...
What is this guy? Who is this guy? Look at his face. What is this?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hello, Wormy. Meow.
This is like an Amish goat god.
To cycle through several lighting options in service of creating rooks that look just as good in gameplay as they do when you create them.
Is this video just to show off the character creator?
Combat, meanwhile, was a refreshing change.
Oh, no, it's not. Okay, as soon as I said that, they switched.
From Inquisition. My go-to class has always been Mage, and even as a Knight Enchanter, I often felt like I was standing in one place holding down the
playing Dragon Age, not as a mage.
Trigger. This felt like a return to the pace of Dragon Age 2, with innovations that improve upon the experience of battle overall.
Innovations in Dragon Age 2? Interesting.
The Veilguard.
What is your camera?
Introduces a new fighting style for mages featuring an orb and dagger for close quarters combat. It's tailor-made for players like me who love magic, but
I'm sad because it's just like third person like action RPG gameplay now. Like this is just Diablo if it was a third person game, right? The way that the combat looks like it plays. Which is still probably going to be fun, but it is sad because everyone who came from Dragon Age Origins, raise your hand if you've been affected personally by Dragon Age. It's sad because I miss the things that you could do in the combat in Dragon Age Origins. I do think if BioWare wants to make money, they just need to do what Diablo did. And like, Diablo re-released, what was it, Diablo 2? With like nicer graphics. They just revamped the entire thing. I think if EA wants to make a bunch of free money, they should do that for Inquisition. Just like go in and revamp visually everything in Inquisition. Or sorry, not Inquisition, Origins, Dragon Age Origins. Just do a really nice remaster. They would make so much fucking money. I played Origins. Origins combat sucked. What? Not if you played a mage. If you played a mage and you played Dragon Age Origins, the tactics were really nice. They were really fun. But they should remaster Origins. I don't know. I love the combat in that game.
Also, really like to stab.
Yeah, like Red Mage, sure.
During my preview, I played through the prologue and then dropped forward into
It's actually crazy. Like, I remember playing Red Mage in Final Fantasy XIV, and it was crazy to me how well designed it was. I actually think it's probably one of the...
I started with Inquisition and I joined all of them, although 2 was the worst IMO. So, like, different Dragon Age fans will tell you different things, okay? But in my experience, Dragon Age fans are very understanding that the games are very different from each other, so nobody takes it personally. But I know a friend of mine, we were so enamored by Dragon Age, and her favorite game is Dragon Age 2. She's like, I don't give a fuck that everybody hates it. It's my favorite. Me personally, I hated Dragon Age 2. I hated it. I thought it was not. I didn't like it. I loved the Blight lore and everything with the dwarves. I thought that was really fun. I think that arc was really fun. But other than that, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't like anything about it. In my opinion, so Inquisition came out. Everybody was talking about Inquisition. I wanted to play it. And people were like, honestly, if you're going to play Inquisition, you should just go back and play Origins. You should go back, play Origins, and then play 2, and then play Inquisition. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And then I went in and played Origins, and it was a lot of fun. And then Dragon Age 2 did not hold up to Origins, and then Inquisition did not hold up. And each of them have their like pros and cons for sure. And each game, you can tell the developers put a lot of love into it. But for me, yeah, all I ever wanted was Inquisition's multiplayer mode with unlimited level expanded into a full game. It makes me very sad that so many of these games don't do what Baldur's Gate does. And I get that it's hard to program and it's hard to code because once you make games multiplayer, you have to set up a whole fucking team to work on all the bugs and problems that come with making a game multiplayer. But I have like no desire to play games nowadays that aren't multiplayer. Because I see this and it's like, well, if I don't even get to like micromanage the combat of my teammates, of like, if I have Varric with me, I don't know if Varric will join you on things, but if I can't even have him micromanaged, I would rather just play with a friend. I would rather just Baldur's Gate 3 it, play with one friend, and then we both grab like a what's it called? A companion. Hassan Stacks Evasion account, thank you for the gift sub. Thanks.
The best designed classes.
Multiplayer requires a lot of networking. You also have to network everything like abilities and such. It's very difficult. Yes. Yes. I mean, like I said, once you decide you're going to make the game multiplayer, you have to dedicate a whole team to fixing those problems. To making it work well. And then dedicate a team to fixing every single fucking problem that's going to come. Because multiplayer makes everything way more difficult. You just like lose a lot of what would it be called, like stability. So yeah. Snail of Death, thank you for the prime.
In a game that I've ever played. It was so good.
Points of Act 1. So I really got to quickly experience the progression Rook and their companions can go through as fighters. We may not be able to take control of our companions this time around, but the Veilguard really encourages strategizing with them. They'll call out to you when they've rebuilt their mana or stamina, and the ability wheel even suggests combos. My focus during the event was mission-driven, so I didn't get as much of a chance to interact with the characters as I would have liked, but even the brief moments of banter endeared me to them pretty quickly.
It didn't break. You call that nice and quiet?
Each class gets its own ultimate ability, think the focus ability, along with a ranged attack.
Man, I really gotta say, I really think this combat really just doesn't, I don't think it meets the mark. I really don't think so. I don't know. I mean, like, it looks very dated. This game does look like it came out in 2016. Did you expect it to? Yeah. Yeah, I expect every game to have very good combat. I think if you have a game that has...
Saying that as like a WoW player is so funny.
is action combat, and the action combat is bad, then you have a bad game. It's that simple. Yeah. That's the way it works.
That means yeeting your shield like a giant metal boomerang. I've always played Dragon Age for story and not combat, but with this new system, I had so much fun. I felt present during every encounter and truly accomplished after every boss battle. That said,
we'll see. We'll see. In the game developers' defense, making good combat is difficult. It's way more difficult than I think you would expect. It's kind of like one of those things where if someone does it well, it looks effortless, but when it's done not well, you just want to shit on these people and be like, you guys fucking can't even get combat right. But in reality, good combat has taken tens of thousands of fucking hours to perfect. So, on the other hand, it is a AAA studio and they have fuck tons of money. Right? Can I be honest with you guys about something? I was actually like a huge hater of like the new Dragon Age Veilguard game. I was such a hater. You guys can go back to my old VODs and see. When I saw that it was coming out and I saw that they changed the combat and the visuals looked completely different, I was like, this game is dog shit. I'm not playing this game. And then I had something terrible happen, guys. I saw a bunch of people say shit like this and I was like, oh my god, I sound so cringe and I've changed my opinion. Okay? This game is terrible in every way. Not like this. It's not even a Dragon Age game. It's something hybrid and alien. And I'm like, I saw these people. I was like, oh my god, I look like that person. I look like a loser. Oh my god. Okay, I think the game might be good. I'm changing my opinion. I think the game might be good. I'll judge it when it comes out. Now I have to give it a chance because I can't look like this. Yikes. Anyways, continuing.
there's definitely a bit of a learning curve. I still found myself confusing controls a few hours in.
I do that for probably...
Game looks terrible. Force feeds, ideology, gameplay terrible, companions are terrible looking, uninteresting. Some of them are, you realize some of the companions are just like the same companions. It's just like, I think Varric I saw, Solus I saw, Morgan I saw. I don't, what do you, force feeds, ideology. Incredible. See what I mean? I was like being a Dragon Age hater and then I saw who was in my fucking corner and I was like, no. I changed my position. I am no longer a hater, okay? I am willing to believe that it could be fun, okay? Also, this is my personal opinion. Dragon Age 2 and Dragon Age Inquisition are both... Don't hurt me. They're both bad games. They're not particularly amazing games. And I think that they have a lot of love in them because Dragon Age Origins built so much goodwill. So as far as I see it, this is just like one more game in the list. This is one more. Very different from Mass Effect, where I feel like Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 were all really good. So Andromeda actually really felt like shit. Even though there were parts of Andromeda that were really fun. But imagine a work of art having an ideology. That would be awful. Art has never been political, ever.
The first 43 hours of playing a game, so she shouldn't feel bad about that.
Departure from all 3 installments, but luckily the Veilguard offers 5 different difficulty levels that you can change at will if you want to ease yourself in.
I really hope that the highest... I'll probably play the game on a high difficulty level, right? Because of ego. But I really hope that...
And this is what I mean. This is exactly what I mean. You're totally right. Anyone who's been playing the games... I mean, I think Inquisition came out 2014, and then I went and played in 2014 Origins first. And people are dumb. Dragon Age has always been just lore and story. Nothing else has stayed consistent between the games. Also for the graphics, Veilguard being how they are, they'll probably just like work better in the long term since they're slightly stylized, and stylized always tends to hold up better than going for a real life look. Yeah, I just wish they'd gone stylized in like a slightly less Fortnite direction and a slightly more like dark-ish direction. Similar to like how Deadlock looks. If that makes sense. Like I would have liked it if it looked a little bit less shiny and polished and smooth. But I agree with you on the statement that like stylized stuff tends to hold up better.
Video games can get into making high difficulty, not be bullet sponge. Because I feel like that's what happens with a lot of these games where like they want to make the game harder. So the way they make it harder is that they double the health and they double the damage.
As a Dragon Age fan, the Veilguard felt like a homecoming of sorts. Just as much as seeing familiar faces in
like
Solus and Varric,
I
was overjoyed to be back in the world of Thedas itself. Moving us north allows for that sense of discovery I got in Inquisition.
That looks good.
And if I'd encourage anything, it's to really look at your surroundings.
Like the only frame that looks good.
Not only are there small environmental puzzles to entangle, along with small and effective moments of visual storytelling, but the horizon...
I'm sorry, but Honkai Star Rail has more congruent and coherent puzzles than that, if that's the best they've got.
God, gamers are so annoying, dude. I fucking hate gamers. They're so annoying. Oh, actually, according to this 10-second preview of what one of the puzzles might look like, Honkai Star is much better. It's much better puzzles. It's like, you didn't even get to see what the puzzle was. You know, what the hell? How can you speak so confidently when you didn't see, when you haven't played the game? You haven't even played it yet. It's not even out yet. This 10-second preview tells me this game is gonna suck.
It is full of breathtaking scenery.
Listen, don't get me wrong. Will the game suck? Probably. But you should say that after it comes out and you've tried it. Okay?
That looks cool.
The scale of these locations I've personally always wondered about. One new locale, for instance, is a gorgeous underwater prison called the Ossuary. I won't spoil what you're there to do, but the design alone makes it one of the most memorable...
It does actually look pretty